Hey guys, Landrie, Ethredge here with Ethredge Counseling Group, popping on to talk about a few of the biggest myths I think that there are about psychodynamic psychotherapy, which is one of my favorite therapy modalities. And when I say modality, I really mean approach. There are countless therapy approaches. And I tend to use a handful of them that I think are really the best, but also really work well together. One of those being psychodynamic. Now, that's a big word, but basically what I mean when I say psychodynamic is how does our past affect our present? And I do have a lot of clients come into therapy and say, I don't want to talk about my childhood. Or do we really have to talk about the past? I just want to put the past behind me. And I get it. I think most of us have things in our past that we would like to keep in our past. And I see that as being one of the goals of therapy, is to not let the past really dictate our future. And science is pretty clear about this, research is pretty clear about this, in order to keep our past from really affecting our present and our future, we really have to go back there sometimes and process that stuff. And so in psychodynamic therapy, that is definitely a big component of it, is processing maybe repressed emotions that we haven't really gotten to ever fully process from our childhood, from our past, so that we're not still living in it and it's not still affecting us. Another myth about psychodynamic therapy is that you have to be in therapy forever. Now, therapy does take time. There isn't a magic pill. There isn't a magic solution or phrase. I wish I had a magic wand, but I don't. Therapy does take time and effort and energy, but it should not last forever, right? And I think a lot of times clients come in with maybe a really specific goal, and you may come in for therapy and work on that particular goal. And what I often find to be the case is after clients sort of complete that goal, they find so much benefit to therapy that they often come up with new goals that they want to continue to use in therapy. But that doesn't have to be the case. You can certainly come in and work on one particular goal, check that off the list, and this happens all the time with clients too. That's all they really need. They wanted to check that one thing off. But for some people, they find a lot of benefit in it, and they do come in and continue therapy indefinitely because it's added so much value to their lives. Let's see, what's another? I jotted down a few of the common myths. It's not practical for every day. That couldn't be further from the truth. Our past informs so much about the way that we understand ourselves in the present moment and how we interpret what happens to us, how we interpret other people's behaviors and words, actions, etc., how we interpret the events that happen in our own lives. To me, there is no greater gift than being able to process the stuff from our past so that we are kind of taking those lenses off and we can kind of see our life for what it is, versus living in constant trigger from past experiences at a subconscious level. So those are a few. I've listed a few more if you want to check those out on the blog. The blog post is called The Biggest Myths About Psychodynamic Therapy, if you want to check it out. So stay tuned for more.